My dear students, Assalamu alaikum. How are you? Enjoying the life? Let's enjoy more. We are going to read text today. Oxford Progressive English 6, and today we will study 3 lessons of Unit 2. Lesson 2, Green Force. Lesson 4, The King and the Tide. And Lesson 5, this is a poem, The Tide Rises, the Tide Falls. Let's take start with Green Force. This is a website advertisement and your lesson is at page number 30. Open your books and you will read the lesson from your own books because the image on your screen might not be very clear. Okay, this is a website advertisement. As you watch advertisements on TV and on YouTube and on some other apps, similarly there are some website advertisements, and this is about Green Force. Green Force is an organization and it works to protect coral reefs. What are coral reefs? These are coral reefs. They are present at the bottom of seawater, at the base of seawater, and they look like plants, but they are not actually plants. They are animals. We place them in category of animals. And this is your lesson. We have words meanings here. Underline the difficult words. Write the meanings right above the word and then read the lesson. I introduce you with this lesson and explain some points. Okay. In this lesson, it is told that Green Force is making great efforts in protecting coral reefs, and it is also told why is it necessary to protect these coral reefs. What are the advantages of these coral reefs? And it is told in this lesson that coral reefs are a home of many species, of many types of animals and other plants. And this discovery is still in process, that how many more huge advantages these coral reefs have for human beings and for other animals and for some plants. They are very valuable for some medicines. Some herbs are found from these coral reefs, and these coral reefs make the coastlines strong because when storms and tides come, these coral reefs stop those storms and make a hurdle in the way of a storm. In this way, it protects the coast and the colonies and communities and the people who live near coastlines. A great source of seafood is also gained from these coral reefs because fish and other sea animals swim around these coral reefs. Though there are so many benefits of these coral reefs, still they are in danger. Why? Because overfishing, pollution, and blasting of explosives are the major factors which are destroying these coral reefs. It is written in this advertisement that 27% of coral reefs are damaged completely in all over the world, and 32% is in severe danger. So we are urged and we are told in this lesson that we must make some efforts and we must struggle to save these rest of the coral reefs and also those coral reefs which are in danger. And next is the role of Green Force, that this team and this organization takes certain measures, takes certain steps to save them. How? It can monitor some fishery policies, that there must not be overfishing, and it also detects the areas which need extra care, and they educate the coastal communities, the people who live near coastlines, to protect coral reefs. They also introduce methods to offer a relief in pressure on fish stock. Okay, look at your books. On the similar page, you can see the Green Force is inviting you to join this team and help it in protecting wildlife and other species. Okay, on the next page, we have vocabulary, and you will match the two columns, right hand and left hand. At the right hand column, the words, the explanation is given, and the words are at left hand column. And at the previous page, I have written almost all the meanings of these words. Check the meanings and match this vocabulary. And keep in mind that this vocabulary is very important from the exam's point of view, because you have the experience that we always have some words from this vocabulary in our exams. Okay, next you have a task that choose 6 of the words from the text in the left hand column above. The words which are at left hand column, choose any 6 of them and then make sentences. And I have written here in your homework that make sentences from the 6 words at left hand column. Don't copy the sentences from the text, but these sentences must be on the topic in the text. It means you will make sentences of your own. You will not copy the sentences from the text, but your sentences must be on the topic of green force or coral reefs or species or sea life and other things like that. So restrict yourself on the same topic which is in this lesson. Here is a word, irreparably, in a way which cannot be repaired. It is pronounced irreparably. Irreparably. Okay. You have reading for understanding. These are questions. Read the questions. And these are the answers. The lesson was a little bit difficult for you, so I wrote the answers for you. Now write these answers on your notebooks and also learn them. These are 5 answers and the 6th question are there. The answer of 6th question is the same as the answer of the first question. The same thing is asked in both questions. So the answer of question number 1 and the answer of question number 6 are the same. On page number 33, you have comparatives and superlatives. In step-by-step English grammar, I taught you the lesson of these adjectives which have the degrees of comparative and superlative. The same thing is here. When we use the superlative form of an adjective, its effect increases and style becomes more emphatic and persuasive. For example, if I say, it was a good moment of my life when I won the award. It was the best moment of my life when I won the award. Did you feel the change in both expressions? The first expression was normal, but in second expression, more feelings, more emotions, more effect we can feel. Okay, this is page number 34. It is told here that we don't always add er or est with comparative or superlative degrees. Same things we have studied in our grammar lesson, as it is written here that adjective is good, comparative is better, and superlative is best. Bad, worse, worst, much, more, most. The role of longer words is different. When a word is long, we don't add er or est with its comparative form and superlative form. We put more in comparative degree and most in superlative degree. The table in yellow color, you can see the adjectives are given and you are asked to fill its comparative forms and its superlative forms. Fertile, more fertile, most fertile. Wild, wilder, wildest. Good, better, best. Valuable, more valuable, most valuable. Young, younger, youngest. Swear, we can do the word swear in both ways. If we say swear, swearer, swearest, it is correct. If we say swear, more swear, most swear, it is correct too. Great, greater, and greatest. Fill in this column. And we have the next lesson, which is lesson 4 of unit 2, and the story is of a king. The title of this lesson is The King and the Tide. What is a tide? Tide is a high wave. When high waves are coming like a storm, they are called a tide. Look at your books and look at the words' meanings. In the same way, you will underline the words and write the meanings on the words and then read this story. This is very interesting one. You can read, I think, very easily, but I explain some things about this story or I introduce you to this story. This is a story of a king. His courtiers means his ministers, the men who were present in his court, they are called courtiers. His courtiers were always busy in praising him, in appreciating him. The praise was too much and nonsense. And you know, when the praise or appreciation is too much and false and excessive, this is called flattery, जिसको आप उर्दू में खुशामद कहते हैं. जब बहुत ज़्यादा हम किसी की तारीफ़ करते हैं और बिला वजह, that is called खुशामद. And the purpose of this flattery is to make someone happy. So all these courtiers were busy in making their king happy. The king was very wise. He knew that his ministers are trying to make him happy. So one day he thought to show his courtiers that he is not that much powerful and strong as they say about him. So he set them to place his throne. Throne is takht, the special chair of the king. He set his courtiers to place his throne on the beach and he ordered the high waves. He ordered the tide to stop coming forward. The tide did not follow the command of the king and it did not stop. So the courtiers saw with their own eyes that their king is just a human being and he has no control over nature or natural phenomena. Here is a question. By the way, we must note a point here that no human being can control natural processes or natural phenomena. Only Allah Almighty has the power and might to control this world and this universe. There is no some special exercises regarding the king and the tide. Only there are some words, and I have explained the word flattery. So we are going to read the next lesson, which is poetry, and the title of this poem is "The Tide Rises, the Tide Falls." The poem is about a traveler. The traveler, this person, comes at the beach and disappears from there. What is it? Read the poem at page number 41. So this is your poem. There's a mystery in this poem. You can consult the words and meanings and read this poem. This is a very easy one. There is a traveler who comes at the shore at twilight time. It means twilight time is a time between day and night. When the evening gets dark, it is twilight. So the traveler comes there at twilight time, but then he goes back, or he disappears and never comes back. And the waves at the beach are erasing the footprints of that traveler. And when there is morning and light, sunlight is all around, there is no sign of that traveler. Where is he? Where has he gone? This is a mystery. Solve this mystery, think over it, and keep in mind the name of the poet. This is very important, and you have this type of question in CBT. Here is vocabulary regarding the poem. This is page number 42. Match the vocabulary. This matching vocabulary is very important, Okay, this is the word twilight. I've explained this word. Stalls are the stables and the places where horses are kept. Hastens means hurry up. Neigh is a sound which horses make. Shore is beach or coast. Efface is erase. Now I think you can very easily match this vocabulary. Okay, after that, you have at the middle of this page answered the following questions. There are some words in this purple bar. Afternoon, what is the time of afternoon? This time is after noon, before evening. Then is daybreak. Daybreak is a time before sunrise. Evening, what is the time of evening? Twilight, I've explained. Nighttime, dusk. Dusk is the time after sunset. After sunset. When night is approaching or coming. The time between night and evening, after sunset, is called dusk. First light. First light is the time right after sunrise. And dawn is the time around sunrise. Just before sunrise. Just before. Okay. Then you are asked, what time of the day or night is it? In the first verse, in the second verse, and in the third verse. It is told very clearly in the poem what times are in these stanzas. There are 3 stanzas or 3 verses. Find them out and write in front of these lines. What part does the traveler play? In the first verse? In the third verse? In the first verse, he is in a hurry to go back to his home. And in the third verse, he disappears. And the story ends. This was a long lesson today, and we have a homework here. This is your homework. Learn all the meanings of the words used in vocabulary matching. Write the question answers at page number 32 on notebook. I have written the answers. You will have to copy those answers on your notebooks. This is very easy for you. Fill in the table at page number 34 and do the activity interpreting meaning on page number 42. I think most of the work is done by me, and I thank you, and you must thank me. So do your homeworks in time, and thanks for watching.